Everyone told me success is sweet. They forgot to tell me it can also taste like loneliness. I chose work over love, and sometimes, at night, the office lights still follow me home. My name is Amy. I am 35 years old. I work in a big company in Chicago. I am the project leader there. People respect me at work. They listen to my ideas. They follow my plans. I make good money. I have a nice apartment. It is small but clean. My kitchen is always neat. I have one green plant by the window. It needs water every 3 days. I never forget to water it. My kettle sits on the stove. It is always ready for tea. I drink tea every morning and every night. My parents live in the same city. They are getting old now. My father is 70 years old. My mother is 68. They worry about me. They want me to get married. They want grandchildren. But they are also proud of me. They tell their friends about my job. They show pictures of my office. My brother Ben lives near them. He has a wife and 2 children. They are happy together. Sometimes I visit them on Sundays. The children call me Aunt Amy. They like when I bring them toys, but I always leave early. I have work to finish at home. My laptop is my best friend. It stays with me all the time. The blue light follows me everywhere. I work late every night. I check emails before bed. I wake up and check them again. My apartment is quiet. Sometimes rain hits the window. I listen to it while I work. The sound is soft and sad. On my table sit 2 teacups. One is mine, the other stays empty. I bought it last year. I thought maybe someone would visit. No one comes. Near my door stands a suitcase. It is always packed. I travel for work every month. Hotels and airports know me well. I remember when things were different. 5 years ago, I met someone special. His name was Luke. He worked at a coffee shop. He made me laugh every morning. He drew hearts on my coffee cups. We went to the movies on Friday nights. We walked in the park on Saturdays. He cooked dinner for me. I felt happy with him. My heart felt warm and full. But then my company offered me a promotion. It was a big chance for me, more money and more respect, but also more work and more travel. Luke asked me to think about us. He wanted to build a life together. He talked about a house with a garden. He talked about children and dogs. I wanted those things too. But I wanted more success. I told him work came first. He looked sad, but he understood. We tried to make it work, but I missed our dates for meetings. I forgot his birthday because of a deadline. Slowly, we grew apart. One day, he said goodbye. I let him go. Now, I am successful. My office has big windows. My name is on the door. Young workers ask for my advice. Other companies want to hire me. My bank account grows every month. I can buy anything I want. But I eat dinner alone. I watch movies alone. I wake up alone every morning. Sometimes I see Luke's picture online. He married a teacher named Nina. They have a small daughter. She has his eyes and smile. They look happy in every photo. My chest hurts when I see them. I close the laptop quickly. I go back to my spreadsheets. Numbers do not hurt me. They do not leave me. They are always there. My mother calls me every week. She asks if I meet anyone nice. I tell her I am too busy. She sighed on the phone. Your brother wants you to come for dinner. The children miss you. I promise to come soon, but Saturday comes and I work instead. Sunday comes and I work more. The weeks pass like this. Work, sleep, work again. Last month, something strange happened. A new manager joined our team. His name is Sean. He is smart and funny. He brings me coffee without asking. He stays late to help me. We talk about projects and plans, but sometimes we just talk. He tells me about his dog. I tell him about my plant. He makes me smile. It feels dangerous. I know this feeling. I felt it with Luke before, but I cannot do it again. I cannot choose love. I already chose work. Sean asked me to have dinner last week, just as friends, he said. I wanted to say yes. My heart beat fast, but I said no. I have too much work. He looked disappointed but smiled. Maybe another time, he said. There will be no other time. I cannot let him close. I cannot fail again. I must stay strong. Success needs sacrifice. This is my sacrifice. Tonight I will sit at my desk again. The laptop glows blue and bright. Rain falls on my window. The empty teacup watches me. My phone shows 11 at night. Everyone else is home now. They eat with their families. They watch TV together. They hold someone close. I have my reports and charts. I have my success and money. Is it enough? I do not know anymore. My suitcase waits by the door. Tomorrow I fly to Boston. Another meeting, another hotel, the same empty bed, the same quiet breakfast. When I come back, nothing changes. The plant still needs water. The kettle still waits. The second teacup stays empty. Sometimes I dream about different choices. What if I said yes to Luke? What if I chose love over work? Would I be happy now? Would I have that house with a garden? Would small feet run through the rooms? Would someone wait for me at home? These dreams hurt too much. I push them away. I open my laptop again. I check my emails again. This is my life now. This is what I chose. Success tastes bitter at 3 a.m. It tastes like cold coffee and tired eyes. It sounds like keyboard clicks in empty rooms. It feels like a bed too big for one person. Everyone told me success is sweet. They were wrong. Or maybe I chose the wrong kind of success. But it is too late now. The choice is made. The work continues. The lights stay on, and I stay alone. I remember sitting at our kitchen table. I was 12 years old. My mother counted coins in front of me. She put them in small groups, 5 pennies here, 10 pennies there. Her hands moved slowly and carefully. Dad sat next to her. He wrote numbers in a notebook. His face looked tired and worried. Not enough for rent, Mom said quietly. She looked at the coins again. Dad put down his pen. I will work extra hours next week. He said they forgot I was there. I watched them count money again. The coins made soft sounds on the table. That night, I made a promise to myself. I never want to count coins like this. I never want to feel small and helpless. School became my way out. I studied every night after dinner. Other kids played games and watched TV. I read my books and did extra homework. My teachers noticed my hard work. They gave me good grades. My parents smiled when they saw my report cards. You are our smart girl, they said. But I wanted more than good grades. I wanted a different life from theirs. I got my first job at 16. I worked at a grocery store after school. The pay was very small, but I saved every dollar I could. I took the late bus home every night. It was dark and cold in winter. Sometimes I was the only person on the bus. I ate cheap sandwiches for dinner, bread and cheese, nothing more. My friends went to movies and parties. I went to work and studied. My mother worried about me. "You work too hard," she said. "Young people need fun, too." But fun did not pay bills. Fun did not buy security. I learned to be stronger than my excuses. When I felt tired, I worked anyway. When I wanted to quit, I remembered the coins. Those coins on our kitchen table pushed me forward. College came next. I got a small scholarship. It helped, but was not enough. So I worked 2 jobs. I served coffee in the morning. I cleaned offices at night. My days started at 5 and ended at midnight. Other students made friends and went to parties. I made money and got good grades. Sometimes I felt lonely, but being lonely was better than being poor. My first real job came at 23. I worked at a small company downtown. My boss was a woman named Carol. She was 40 and very successful. She wore nice suits and spoke with confidence. I wanted to be like her. She noticed my hard work. "You remind me of myself," she said one day. "Always first to arrive, last to leave." Carol became my mentor. She taught me about business and success. She showed me how to speak in meetings. She helped me write better reports. One day, she told me something important. Work never disappoints you. She said it gives back what you put in. I believed her completely. Work became my best friend. My first big win came after 2 years. I fixed a problem with our budget system. It saved the company thousands of dollars. The CEO thanked me in front of everyone. People clapped for me. I felt proud and important. That feeling was better than anything else. Better than parties or dates or friendships. Success felt warm and real. My family watched me grow successful. They felt proud but also worried. "We are happy for you," Mom said. "But don't be alone forever." Dad agreed with her. "Work is good," he said, "but family is important too." My brother already had a girlfriend. They looked happy together. My parents wanted the same for me, but I saw something they did not see. Work was safe and predictable. I worked hard and got results. Numbers made sense to me. Deadlines were clear and simple. But love looked different. Love was risky and messy. People left and hurt each other. They argued and cried. They made promises and broke them. I saw it happen to friends. I saw it with my own parents. They loved each other, but still struggled. Work never hurt me like that. Work never left me for someone else. Work never argued with me at night. Work gave me money and respect. It gave me a nice apartment. It gave me safety from counting coins. So I chose work every single time. Love could wait. Success could not. This became my truth, and I lived by it every day. It was a normal Tuesday in March. I sat in the meeting room early. My laptop was open and ready. The coffee was still hot. I checked my notes one more time. We had a vendor meeting at 9. This company wanted to sell us new software. I needed to ask hard questions. Price, delivery time, support services. Everything had to be perfect. The vendor team arrived right on time. 3 people walked into the room. 2 men in dark suits came first, then another man followed behind them. He wore a simple blue shirt, no tie, no fancy jacket. He carried a brown leather bag. His name was Mark. He was their technical engineer. The meeting started like all meetings do. The suit men talked about features. They showed slides and graphs. I took notes and asked my questions. Mark sat quietly at first. He only spoke about technical details. His voice was calm and clear. He explained things in simple words. No big business talk from him. After an hour, we took a short break. I went to get more coffee. The machine was across the hall. When I came back, it was raining hard. Water hit the windows like small stones. I remembered my car windows were open. My papers would get wet. I grabbed my things to run outside. "Wait," Mark said. He pulled an umbrella from his bag. "Take this. I have another one." I looked at him with surprise. The suit men were checking their phones. They did not notice the rain, but Mark did. He noticed, and he helped. "Thank you," I said. He smiled and went back to his notes. The rain stopped before the meeting ended. I gave back his umbrella. "Keep it," he said. "Chicago rain comes back fast." The suit men packed up their computers. They shook hands and talked about next steps. Mark helped me carry my files. He did not ask. He just picked them up. We walked to the elevator together. "You ask good questions," he said. "Most people just want to hear promises." I looked at him. "Promises don't run software," I said. He laughed. It was a nice sound, real and warm, not the fake laugh of business meetings. The elevator doors opened. The suit men went to their car. Mark stopped near the door. "Can I ask you something?" he said. I nodded. "What is your favorite book?" The question surprised me. People always asked about my projects. They asked about deadlines and budgets. Nobody asked about books. "Why do you want to know?" I asked. "Books tell you about people," he said, "more than job titles do." We talked for 10 more minutes right there in the office lobby. He liked science fiction stories. I liked mystery novels. He read before bed every night. I did too, when work allowed it. He drank tea, not coffee. Green tea in the morning. I told him I liked black tea with 1 sugar, no milk. A week later, we had another meeting. Mark came alone. This time, he brought technical documents to review. He also brought me tea. Black tea with 1 sugar. "You remembered," I said. He smiled. "I pay attention to important things." We worked through the documents together, but we also talked about books, rain, and tea. Something felt different with Mark. He listened when I talked, really listened, not just waited to speak. He asked about my thoughts, not my job title. He did not try to impress me. He did not compete with me. He was just there, calm and real. I noticed how relaxed he was. His shoulders were loose and easy. My shoulders were always tight. Too many hours at the desk. Too much stress every day. "You work too hard," he said. One day we were reviewing contracts. "How do you know?" I asked. "Your shoulders," he said. "They never relax, even when you smile." Nobody ever noticed that before. Nobody looked that closely at me. It made me feel strange. Good. Strange, but also scary strange. We met every week for 2 months, always for business reasons, but we talked about other things too. Books, music, favorite places in the city. He made me laugh. He made me forget about emails. For 1 hour each week, I was just Amy. Not project leader Amy. Just Amy who liked mystery books. Amy who drank black tea. Amy who sometimes laughed at silly jokes. Then my phone buzzed during our meeting. Another urgent email from my boss. "Budget crisis. Need answers now." The warm feeling disappeared. Work called me back. "I have to handle this," I said. I grabbed my laptop and left. Mark watched me go. He did not try to stop me. He understood. Work always came first. That was my rule. Even when something else felt better. Even when someone made me laugh. Work always won. Our days found a quiet rhythm together. Mark sent me a text every morning. "Good morning, Amy. Have a great day." Simple words, but they made me smile. I read them while drinking my coffee, before meetings, before emails, before stress began. His words came first. They made mornings feel softer. We met for coffee twice a week. There was a small place near my office. Mark knew my schedule by heart now. Tuesdays at 7:30, Fridays at 8. He arrived first and ordered for us. Black tea with 1 sugar for me, green tea with honey for him. The same table by the window, the same 2 cups waiting. "Tell me about your day," he always said. I talked about projects and problems. He listened without checking his phone. Most people looked at screens while talking. Mark looked at me. His eyes stayed focused and calm. When I finished, he told me his stories. Small things from his work, funny mistakes, interesting problems, new things he learned. Saturday mornings became special. We walked through the farmer's market together. Mark bought fresh bread and apples. I picked flowers for my desk. We moved slowly through the crowds. No rush, no schedule to follow. Just 2 people looking at vegetables. Sometimes our hands touched by accident. Each time my heart jumped a little. One Saturday, he bought me a book, a mystery novel I mentioned weeks ago. "I saw it and thought of you," he said. The cover was worn and old. A used bookstore find, not something new, but that made it better somehow. Someone else loved this book before. Now Mark gave it to me. I held it carefully. We started sharing books. After that, he gave me his science fiction stories. I gave him mystery novels. We wrote notes in the margins. This part made me laugh. The ending surprised me. "This character reminds me of you." Reading became a conversation between us. Even when we were apart, work stayed busy and demanding. Some nights I worked until 10. Mark waited for me in the lobby. He brought dinner in small boxes. We ate together at my desk. He never complained about the waiting. He never asked me to leave early. He understood that work came first, but his quiet presence helped. The office felt less lonely with him there. One evening, it rained lightly. We sat on a park bench anyway. The trees gave us some shelter. Mark had his umbrella from that first day. We shared it and watched people run by. "Rain makes everything clean," he said. I looked at the wet streets. They did look cleaner and newer, like the city got a second chance. "I have something for you," Mark said one day. He pulled out a tiny plant. It was green with small round leaves. "For your desk," he explained. "Next to your other plant." I took it carefully. "What if I forget to water it?" I asked. "You won't forget," he said. "You never forget important things." He was right. The plant sat next to my window. I watered it every 3 days. But time became our enemy. My biggest project started in May. 12-hour days became normal. Weekend work became necessary. I canceled dinner with Mark 3 times. "I'm sorry. Big deadline tomorrow," I texted him. He always wrote back the same thing. "It's okay. I understand." But the words felt heavier each time. One Friday night, we finally had dinner. A nice restaurant with soft lights. Mark wore his good shirt. I wore a dress, not my work clothes. Everything felt special and right. Then my phone rang. My boss needed me immediately. Server problems, angry clients, emergency meetings. Now I looked at Mark across the table. His smile faded slowly. "Go," he said quietly. "It's important." But silence filled the space between us. Not angry silence, just sad silence. I stood up and grabbed my coat. "I'll make this up to you," I said. Mark nodded, but said nothing else. I left him sitting alone. The food came after I left. He ate by himself. That night, I worked until 3. My eyes hurt from the screen. My shoulders were tight and painful. Mark's plant watched me from the windowsill. Its leaves looked sad in the office light. Or maybe I felt sad. I wanted to be with Mark. I wanted to eat dinner together, but my mind lived in deadlines now. Projects and reports owned my thoughts. Love had to wait in line. The next morning, Mark texted me. "Good morning, Amy. Have a great day." The same words as always, but something felt different now. The warmth was fading away. We both knew the truth. I chose work over dinner. I chose deadlines over him. And we both knew I would choose work again, every single time. The call came on a Monday morning. My boss wanted to see me immediately. I walked to his office quickly. Mr. Davis sat behind his big desk. He smiled when I entered. "Amy, sit down," he said. "I have important news for you." He opened a folder on his desk. "Our London office needs help," he began. "They lost their project manager last month. The team is struggling with a big project. We need someone strong to fix things." He looked directly at me. "We need your steadiness there, Amy." My heart beat faster. London was far from Chicago. "How long?" I asked. 6 months, he said. "Maybe 9, if things are difficult." 9 months away from home. 9 months away from Mark. 9 months of only work. My stomach felt tight and strange. "This is a big opportunity," Mr. Davis continued. "The board knows your name now. They want you for this job. Success in London means a director position, maybe even partner track next year. Partner track at 35. Everything I worked for, everything I dreamed about, right there in front of me. When do I leave?" The words came out automatically. Mr. Davis smiled wider. 2 weeks, he said. "We knew you would say yes. You always choose the smart path, Amy." Smart path. Was that what this was? It felt more like a cold path, but I nodded and smiled back. News spread fast in the office. People stopped by my desk all day. "London, how exciting," said Ruby from accounting. "You deserve this chance," said Kyle from sales. Some people looked jealous, others looked impressed. Everyone had something to say. But I only thought about Mark. How would I tell him? I called my parents that evening. "London." My mother's voice was high. "That's so far away, Amy." But pride mixed with her worry. "Our daughter is in London," Dad said, "managing international projects. We're proud of you." Then Mom asked the hard question. "What about that nice man, Mark?" "It's just work, Mom," I said. "Only 6 months." But we both heard the lie. It was never just 6 months. After London came another project, then another promotion, always another step up. "Can your heart wait that long?" Mom asked softly. I did not answer. I did not know. Mark and I met at our coffee place. I told him about London. His face stayed very still. He stirred his tea slowly. 6 months, he repeated. Maybe 9. The words sat heavy between us, like stones in water. "This is good for you," he finally said. "Everything you worked for." His voice sounded flat and tired. Not angry, just defeated. We both knew what this meant. Long distance never worked. Not with my schedule, not with my priorities. We walked to the park after coffee. The morning was gray and quiet. Mark stopped near our usual bench. He turned to face me. "If you go," he said slowly, "will you come back to us?" His eyes searched mine. To us, Amy, not just to Chicago. The question hung in the air. I wanted to say yes immediately. I wanted to promise everything, but promises were just words, and I knew myself too well. Work would fill every hour. London would lead to something else. There would always be another project. I don't know, I said honestly. I want to say yes, but I can't promise that. The words hurt coming out. They hurt more seeing his face. Mark nodded slowly. He understood. He always understood. That made it worse somehow. I hate that I can't promise, I added quietly. I hate that work owns me. But this is who I am. Mark took my hand gently. I know who you are, he said. I love who you are. But I can't compete with your dreams. 2 weeks went by too fast. I packed my apartment into boxes. The company would ship everything later. Mark helped me pack. We did not talk much. What was left to say? On my last night, we had dinner. Mark gave me a book for the plane. Inside, he wrote, "For Amy, who chooses the smart path." The next morning, Mark drove me to the airport. We stood at the security line. People rushed around us. Everyone had somewhere important to go. Be happy, Mark said simply. Be successful. Be everything you want. He kissed my forehead once, then he walked away. He did not look back. I went through security alone. My carry-on felt heavy. Everything felt heavy. But I kept walking forward, toward the gate, toward London, toward my brilliant career, away from Mark, away from us. This was my choice, the smart path, the successful path, the lonely path, but mine. 3 days before my flight, Mark asked to meet. We sat in his small apartment. The place smelled like tea and old books. His guitar stood in the corner. Photos covered one wall. Some had both of us smiling. Those felt like different people now. Mark sat across from me. His hands held a cold cup. He looked tired, but calm. I need to say something, he began. His voice was steady and sure. I want a life with you, Amy. A real life with morning coffee together, with Sunday walks and shared dinners. He stopped and looked at me. But I don't want empty chairs. I don't want to eat alone again. I don't want to be the person you cancel. His words were not angry. They were just true. Simple, true, and painful. You're not asking me to stay, I said. Mark shook his head slowly. No, I won't ask that. Your work matters to you, I understand that. But my life matters too. And waiting for someone who never arrives, that's not a life. No fight, no big drama, just the quiet truth between us. Mark stood up and walked to the window. I love you, he said. But love needs 2 people present, not one person and one empty chair. I wanted to argue. I wanted to promise change, but we both knew better. That evening, I went to the old church, the one near my parents' house. I was not religious, really, but I needed somewhere quiet to think. The church was almost empty, just me and the candles. I lit one and sat down. The flame moved slowly like it was dancing alone. My father's words came back to me. He said them when I was young. Finish what you start, Amy. Always finish what you start. He meant homework and chores then, but the words stayed with me. They shaped my whole life. Every project, every goal, every promotion, I finished them all. But what about love? Did that count too? Or was love something different? something you couldn't finish, like a project. The candle flame got smaller. Wax ran down its side. Even candles ended eventually. Everything ended. Jobs, projects, relationships. The question was how they ended. My phone showed the ticket confirmation email. British Airways, Thursday morning, one way to London. My future in digital form. Below it was a message from Mark. I hope London gives you everything you want. Be safe. Be happy. No pressure, no guilt. Just care. Back home. My suitcase lay open. Business clothes on one side, personal items on the other hand. Mark's book sat on top. The plant from my desk was already gone, given to Ruby from accounting. She promised to water it. Everything was ready for leave. I picked up a photo from my dresser. Mark and me at the farmer's market, both holding apples and laughing. When was the last time I laughed like that? Really laughed, not just polite work laughter. The photo felt heavy in my hands. My laptop sat open on the desk. 23 emails waited for answers. The London team needed preparation documents. Conference calls were scheduled for tomorrow. Work never stopped calling. It never stopped needing me. But Mark stopped. He stepped back. He chose himself over waiting. I looked at the suitcase again, then at the photo, then at the emails. 3 different futures, 3 different choices. But really, only 2. Stay or go. Love or work. Mark or London. The decision was already made, wasn't it? The ticket was bought. The job was waiting. My father's words echoed again. Finish what you start. But which thing did I start first? The career at 23 or the love that found me at 35? Which deserved my finish? Which deserved my presence? The questions had no clean answers, just choices and consequences. Just empty chairs and full calendars. Just me alone, deciding again. Always deciding. Always choosing work. I made the choice at 3 a.m, hands shaking as I closed the suitcase. The ticket stayed on my desk. I chose London, the job, work, over Mark. Not from cruelty, but from fear of losing everything I'd built, of being ordinary, of counting coins again. Thursday morning came too fast. Mark met me at the airport near the departure gate. 5 minutes left together. I have something for you, Mark said, pulling out a small box with a silver pen inside. For signing important papers. Remember us when you use it. I gave him an envelope, trembling. Don't read it now. Read it when I'm gone. Inside. Thank you for showing me how to laugh. For tea and books. For trying. I'm sorry I couldn't try harder. No hug, no kisses. Just looking at each other. 2 people who loved but couldn't make it work. The boarding call came. That's me, I said, voice hollow. Be amazing, Mark said. You always are. He walked away without looking back. I watched him disappear. Part of my heart went with him, the part that knew how to be happy. From the plane, Chicago shrank below. My reflection stared back from the window. A successful woman flying to her future with empty eyes. London was gray and cold. The company apartment. White walls, modern furniture, no personality. I unpacked slowly. Weekends reviewing documents. I fixed the budget, restructured teams. Things improved. People smiled again. Success grew from chaos. My apartment stayed quiet. Instant noodles most nights. Just me and my laptop spreadsheets for company. numbers for friends. This was the success I chose. Mark and I texted at first, short messages across the ocean. The time difference made everything harder. His mornings were my afternoons. We live in different worlds now. Messages got shorter, less frequent, then stopped for days. The connection faded like old ink. We were becoming strangers. 2 months in, his last message came at midnight. Amy, I want you to be happy. You deserve everything you're working for. But I can't keep waiting for texts, living in time zones. I need to move forward. I hope you understand. Be well. Be successful. Be yourself. Goodbye. I read it 3 times. He was right. Love couldn't survive on texts alone. It needed presence, time, choices I didn't make. I didn't reply. What could I say? I was here in London in my successful life, in my empty apartment, surrounded by everything I chose, missing everything I left. That night I sat by the window, watching London's lights, millions living their lives. Some chose love, some chose work, some found both, but not me. I chose my path at 12, watching my parents count coins. I chose never to be helpless, small, or need anyone. And here I was, successful, independent, alone. Exactly what I chose. 9 months later, I returned to Chicago. The company threw a party. A banner read, "Congratulations, Director Amy." My new title felt heavy. Mr. Davis made a speech. Amy saved the London office. She's our youngest director ever. People clapped. I smiled. The right smile. The empty smile. My new office was bigger. Corner windows, leather chair, double salary. Everything I worked for sat in this room. But it felt cold. Success has a temperature. It is below freezing. The apartment felt different too. Larger somehow, but colder. My footsteps echoed on the floor. The silence pressed against my ears. On my desk, the office plant grew tall. Ruby took good care of it, but the plant at home was dead. Brown leaves covered the soil. I threw it away. Sunday dinner with my family came next. Mom made all my favorite foods. Dad opened an expensive wine. Ben brought his kids. Everyone looked happy and proud. Our daughter, the director, Dad said. He raised his glass high. We're so proud of you, Amy. Nobody mentioned the empty chair beside me. Nobody asked about Mark. They saw my success and nothing else. That was enough for them. Maybe it was easier this way. No difficult questions, no sad answers, just pride and pot roast. Monday morning, I took a different route to work, but the road passed Mark's engineering firm. I stopped across the street. His car was in the lot, the same blue Honda. He was inside that building, living his life without me. I stood there for 5 minutes. Cars passed, people walked by. Should I go in? Should I say hello? Should I try again? My hand touched the silver pen, the one he gave me. It felt warm in my pocket, but my feet didn't move. I turned and walked away. Some choices can't be undone. Some paths don't cross twice. I chose work over love. Now I live with that choice every single day. 6 months passed. Then the call came. Dad was in the hospital. His heart was giving problems. Mom's voice shook on the phone. "Come quickly, Amy," she said. I left work immediately. Reports could wait. Meetings could wait. Dad could not wait. The hospital waiting room was full. Family members sat everywhere. Ben was there with his wife. Cousins came from other cities. Everyone looked worried and tired. We took turns sitting with Dad. He looked small in the big bed, but he smiled when he saw us. On my second day there, Mark walked in. He carried flowers for someone. Maybe his own parents were sick. Our eyes met across the room. Time stopped for one moment.
Then he walked over slowly.
"Amy," he said simply. "Hello." His voice was calm and warm, not angry, not cold, just peaceful. "Hi, Mark," I replied. My voice sounded strange to me. "How's your father?" he asked. "Getting better," I said. "The doctors are hopeful." He looked the same, but different. His face had new lines, small ones near his eyes. His shoulders seemed broader somehow. His eyes were quieter now. Not sad, just settled, like water that stopped moving. "Your mom told mine about it," he explained. "They still talk sometimes at the store." I nodded. Our mothers were old friends before us, before everything. "How are your parents?" I asked. "Good," he said. "Dad retired last month. Mom keeps busy with her garden." We talked about small things. The weather was getting warmer. Spring came early this year. His work was going well. Mine was busy as always. Simple words between old lovers. No blame in our voices. No anger in our eyes. Just soft edges where sharp ones used to be. "I heard about London," he said. "Your mom was proud." I smiled a little. It was a good experience. He smiled back. Not his old smile. This one was different. Free from wanting something. Free from waiting. Then I saw it. A silver ring on his finger. Simple and new. "You're engaged," I said. Not a question. He looked at his hand. "Yes," he said quietly. "Her name is Lisa. She's a teacher." The woman from the coffee shop. The one who stayed. The pain was clean and sharp, but also came relief. Strange, honest relief. I did not lose Mark. That would mean he was taken. No. I let him go. I opened my hands. I chose to release him. And he flew to someone else. "She makes you happy," I said again, not a question. "She does," he answered simply. No need to say more. We both understood everything. The choices made, the prices paid, the lives we built apart. "I should go," he said. "Mom's waiting in another wing." I nodded. He turned to leave, then stopped. "I hope your dad gets better, Amy. And I hope," he paused, "I hope you find what you're looking for." Then he was gone, down the hall and away, out of my story forever. I sat back down slowly. The waiting room buzzed with quiet talk, but I heard only silence. The silence of endings. Clean, complete, and final. No more wondering, no more maybes. Just the truth. I chose work. He chose love. Both of us chose correctly. For who we were, for what we needed, for the lives we could actually live. 2 years passed after the hospital meeting. Life moved forward in its quiet way. I became vice president last spring, the youngest one in company history. Another achievement for my list. Another empty victory to count. A young woman joined our team. Her name was Zoe, 24 and hungry for success. She reminded me of myself. Always first to arrive, always last to leave, always checking emails at midnight. I became her mentor. The company asked me to guide her. One Friday, I saw her working late. Everyone else was gone. "Go home, Zoe," I said. She looked up, surprised. Maybe she would learn faster than I did. My evenings changed over time. Not much, but some. I bought a new plant last month, a small green one with round leaves, like the one Mark gave me. I water it every 3 days. It sits by my window. It grows slowly but surely. Tonight I will make tea after dinner. Black tea, with 1 sugar. The way I always liked it. I drink it warm, not cold. No more forgotten cups, no more working through dinner. Just me and my tea and the quiet. Mark's book sits on my shelf. The mystery novel from the market. I read it sometimes on Sundays. His notes still mark the pages. This part made me laugh. The ending surprised me. This character reminds me of you. The ink faded, but the words remained. Small pieces of what we were. I chose work over love. I own that choice completely. It gave me offices with big windows. It gave me flights to distant cities. It gave me respect and money. It gave me everything I thought I needed. But it also gave me silence. A quiet that sometimes hurts. Empty rooms and single dinners. Mornings with no good morning texts. But here is what I learned. The life you choose must fit you. You must be able to sit with it at night when the lights are off, when the emails stop, when you are alone with yourself. And I can sit with mine. Some nights are harder than others. Some nights I still hear rain on the glass. It sounds like that first day when Mark brought his umbrella. When everything could have been different, I let the rain fall. I let the memories pass. They are part of my story, but they do not own me. Tonight, rain falls again softly. I closed my laptop for the day. The screen goes dark. No more spreadsheets tonight, no more reports or emails. I turn off my desk lamp. The room dims to shadows. I stand at my window. The city spreads out below. Thousands of lights in thousands of windows. People living their different lives. Some chose love. Some chose work. Some found ways for both. All of us are living with our choices. I do not feel regret anymore. Regret means wanting something different. But this is my life. The one I built. The one I chose. Every single day I chose it. And I would choose it again because this is who I am. The rain keeps falling, soft and steady. I watch it run down the glass. Tomorrow is Saturday. I will water my plant. I will drink warm tea. I will read 3 chapters. I will exist in my quiet life. Not happy, not sad, just true.